it will be till I graduated from school. A colleague of my dad introduced me to real estate. You won't believe the company she worked for.
What?
PWAN Real Estate Company.
Oh, really?
That's the company she worked for. Ownahome was born from that. I thought about it. Am I really doing this for the money? And no, I actually really love real estate. And long before I made ₦1 from real estate, I was shooting content for probably a year and over. I had done like 400 videos on YouTube. I hadn't made one single naira from it. So it's two-pronged. So there's the recommendation part of it to connect you to that. Then there's also the educational part of it where we're also telling stories. We are not afraid to tell stories in real estate, even some stories that are not popular or some stories that people are afraid to tell. So one thing I always say is that I'll either get a sale or I'll get a story from it. You know, I must get something out of it. So I will always say it's okay to quit, provided that you come back. Okay, there are many times where I'm like, okay, like I'm done with this. But nobody that I knew bought real estate because Uche was doing real estate. Zero. Everybody that's bought real estate from me have been formerly strangers. So I had to go into the market and source this clientele.
Hi. We've known each other for how long now?
Probably getting to a year now.
Getting to a year now. Okay, so in case you don't know, I'd worked with Ownahome for for a short while. My name is Olatide Bami. You can call me Olatide. You can call me Bami. I play in the marketing, media marketing and communication space. Okay, so tell me, especially based off how that I felt working with the brand, what inspired you to even start Ownahome? What's the story?
Okay, the Ownahome story is a mixture of two of my passions. That's real estate and marketing. And I started marketing first. I would say marketing was my first love. In my first year of uni, I got involved with lots of businesses. I tried to build one. And I also got involved with lots of associations in school, Google ambassadors, enactors, got involved with marketing as well, Facebook, people that were doing Facebook marketing and making a lot of money from it. People who had blogs. I had a friend that had a blog as early as 200 level. I was making like 500K per month from Google AdSense. And so it came the time where I built a proper business with my brothers. It was a music studio that my parents put in money, helped us fund. And I met one of my friends that was already making money from his blog. It was a tech blog at the time. And he helped us set up the website. And after setting that up, 3 months after we set that up, we started getting organic leads, people calling us. Oh, I want to book an instrumental. I want to make a beat. And they were coming from the website and also from the Google My Business profile. And that did something to me. I'm like, okay, so a website that we literally started from scratch. I remember how much I paid him, 12,500 naira. A website that we just did, and we launched it. People are reaching out to us and it's leading to business. I said there's a whole lot of things to learn from this and replicate this model. And it will be till I graduated from school. A colleague of my dad introduced me to real estate. You won't believe the company she worked for.
What?
PWAN Real Estate Company.
Oh, really?
That's the company she worked for. And I now ask myself, how do I marry my the knowledge and experience in marketing? Because I thought I was just going to do marketing and real estate, which is my newfound love. I now said the best way to do it is to build Ownahome, and Ownahome was born from that. And in my mind, I wanted to do what we did with the studio, because we just put a website online, and in a few months, people were reaching out to us. So I said, okay, if I can just put a website out and master the SEO elements to pushing that to the world, that we are golden. So yeah, that's how Ownahome was born. And later on, about a year or two later, Ownahome TV, which is the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's such a fantastic story, right? So where I know that managing people can be a lot. It is a lot.
It is.
So what's the, and it's so great. I would say it's really commendable that you, I mean, don't burn bridges, and of course this has shown. If you burn bridges, I won't be here, right? What's the major challenge you have, or let me say you've had, when it comes to your team?
I'll say the biggest challenge is trying to replicate myself. And I probably coming to the point where I want to feel like maybe I would not see a person that loves the business as much as I do, takes it serious as much as I do, and is moving in lockstep, 100% lockstep as much as I do. Because I have a whole lot of plans and I have a whole lot of thinking on how to do it. And to me, I just believe that just being able to be nimble and just being able to be flexible, I could probably change plans last minute, those sort of things. I don't want to over explain. So I think with the level I'm trying to move in my mind, the only challenge is I understand it is also a work contract and you need to clock in at a particular time, you need to clock out. I mean, this was for a different business, but I remember reaching out to somebody and I was like, okay, can you do this? Can you do this? Can we get on a call? He said, I'm sorry, I don't work weekends. And I respect that. But yeah, I would say my biggest challenge is, can we, I'm thinking of doing something on this day. Oh, I'm not available on this day. Can we reschedule? And then you see something that was supposed to take 24 hours, ends up taking 2 weeks. So I think, yeah, that's kind of my biggest challenge, to kind of replicate myself and seeing somebody that is able to move in the same pace as I'm moving. Yep.
So I understand that doing business in Nigeria can be a lot, and I know that at the moment you have also, done a bit of work with Ownahome outside of Nigeria, the UK. So we're going to come to that. But when you were in Nigeria, what was?
I am still in Nigeria.
Oh yes, okay.
I'm in
Okay,
Nigeria.
okay, we're still in Nigeria.
And this actually is being recorded in Nigeria, and
Okay.
like I tell people, I am wherever I need to be at every given point in time.
Love me a good businessman.
Yeah, I have a team on ground. If I need to be in North America, I'm in North America. If I need to be in Europe, I'm in Europe. I'm wherever I need to be.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ownahome is still in Nigeria. Oh, Ownahome is in Nigeria.
He's in Nigeria. He's in Nigeria.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what has it been like? You've been around for how many years?
Around for how many years? Like
I mean, Ownahome.
Ownahome, I'll probably say 4 years now, since we kind of have been registered and doing
So
everything.
what has it been like for you in that 4 years? Challenges, opportunities. Do you think that, because everybody's talking real estate now, do you think, what's the gap Ownahome wants to fill?
So our slogan is, we believe that owning a home should not make you lose sleep. So we are committed to giving you the very best property recommendations and insider real estate gist. So it's two-pronged. So there's the recommendation part of it where, okay, I'm looking for a property in this area. I'm looking for a property that has, this so, and we're able to connect you to that. Then there's also the educational part of it where we're also telling stories. We are not afraid to tell stories in real estate, even some stories that are not popular or some stories that people are afraid to tell. So I think that's the basic, the major areas. Obviously, there are challenges. There are challenges that one has faced over the years. But I think that every single thing that happens, I see it as a learning opportunity. In business, it's either you make money or you learn a lesson. So whether it's clients that will ghost you, whether it's the developer that once embarrassed me. I went to his project and he literally walked me out and told me to get out. And that was in my early, and I was not even mobile. So it was, if I called the place, you probably know Harris Drive, VGC Axis.
Oh my God.
And the client that I did this for, by the way, just is nowhere to be found at the moment. So dealing with all of that, so one thing I always say is that I'll either get a sale or I'll get a story from it. So if there's no
not a disappointment.
I don't think that there's anything that can happen to me that I feel like I'm disadvantaged. I'm just able to form everything into something. I must get something out of it. So like they have challenges, but I see those challenges as something that I've been able to surmount. You recommend something for a client and the developer is having issues. The client is now on your neck and you're trying to maintain a seamless relationship with both parties, keep everybody okay, this guy is working, this thing is not this person's fault, government issues with slow approvals, but all in all, I wouldn't trade being in this industry for another. I really love the industry.
Are you telling me there's money in real estate?
I really love, and
maybe I can switch career. I can.
Funny enough, like a friend of mine was telling me, "You're doing this for the money," and because I told her I'm passionate, I told her, I thought about it. Am I really doing this for the money? And no, I actually really love real estate. And long before I made ₦1 from real estate, I was shooting content for probably a year and over. I had done like 400 videos on YouTube. I hadn't made one single naira from it, but YouTube AdSense or client sales. So I actually am really passionate about real estate. I'm not in here. The money definitely is
How can you sell the passion to me?
I think it comes with the terrain. Like it's inbuilt. You can't because people come around. Friends that you guys were together, and they see you're doing a bit. You're well off, and they ask you for help, and you help every now and then you say, okay, I want to teach you not just how to eat fish or ask for fish. I want to teach you how to fish.
Is that a call to say that you are a big fish? And
that's not a call. That's not even what I was talking about. Let me make my point. So they come and meet you, and I actually tell them that I can only teach you what I know. What I know is real estate. And for many people, I've tried to recommend that they come into this industry. But I just realized that you can force a horse to the river, but you can't force them to drink. And I realized that for many of those people, they are still not doing real estate. One even told me that I don't think it's for me. But then they have seen that, they've seen the little benefits that we've been getting, and they just feel like, okay, it's not for me. So I don't think that passion can be bought, and it's not about money, because can you survive seasons of drought? I was speaking to a friend, and she told me that the last time she made a sale was June last year. Can you survive that? Real estate, and you're in a point where it's not a salary job that
So you people go through this. Why don't you tell us this side of the story?
Whatever, you're not in the. There are many things I can say about that. You still have to, especially in the agency space, you still have to try and make sure there's a form of stable income that's coming. You cannot depend on commission to commission. But that's a different story for another day.
No, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, but then I try to make them, okay, this is something that you can actually do to sustain yourself. In fact, there was a friend when I was starting this journey, and then I didn't have a car. I was like, we can actually use your car to do this thing. He was like, the proposal didn't make sense to him. A very good friend of mine. And I told him, let's do this. He just wasn't interested. So I don't think it's a thing of money. I just think if that passion is not already inbuilt, you can't force it. There are people that even we kind of were colleagues, they have quit right now. I'm doing a 9-to-5, cool stuff, and that's good. But yeah, what was the question? Did you ask?
Yeah, I was talking about challenges.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever the challenges were and have been, and I'm not even going to say there were not times where I quit. I will always say it's okay to quit, provided that you come back. So it's okay to say I quit. This is too tight.
Would you rather phrase it as it's okay to take a break? as opposed to quitting.
Okay, yes, it is okay to take a break, but what is semantics, whatever you call it, because there are many times where I'm like, okay, like I'm done with this, but because I have videos out there, somebody can, back then somebody can just randomly reach out again to me, and then okay, let's try and see how we can push this back on. So I do think that passion is what sustains you before you actually start to make money from real estate, and if you don't have that passion, well, different school of thoughts have different things that they say, that you don't need to be passionate about what you're doing. But I think specifically for real estate, except you have a trust, you're a Nepo baby. You have...
Nepo babies!
I was talking to a friend and he was telling me that he used his circle to actually raise money to start. But nobody that I knew bought real estate because Uche was doing real estate. Zero. Everybody that's bought real estate from me have been formerly strangers. So I had to go into the market and source this clientele.
If you're in Uche's circle and you've not done what? And you've not raised money, you've not bought property, we need to check your validity.
I don't take it personal because first of all, most of those people might have had other people they've been working with before, and I definitely don't want to come in the middle of it if they don't want to, number one. And number two, there's not the interest is not there again. And Lagos is not as it was because I majorly said in Lagos. Okay, I can just throw in ₦1 million, 2 million naira. You're talking about 20 million naira and above, So that's not a decision that you would not make, that you would make if you were not thinking of making it before. So I don't like to bother people that I know, people that I tried it when I started. Maybe I was speaking to the wrong people, but so I'd rather use marketing channels, and do things that would make me to reach the people that I want to reach.
And how has that been going for you? Marketing channels, using marketing channels? Yeah,
it's been good. It's been good. YouTube has been a very good source. We shout out to all of you that watch.
Thank you. Hey, let's clap. Let's do a quick clap.
Honestly,
we celebrate you. Thank you.
I'll look at you and tell you.
Thank you.
I'll look at you and tell you that you guys are the real MVP. Watching. Sometimes people just, and I'm very sorry if sometimes I don't reply. People just come and say, bro, somebody recently told me that I'm not even subscribed to you. I wonder why he told me that. But he told me you're doing a great job. You're doing, and that's so great. YouTube, we also have a website, Ownahome.ng, and that's basically it. We are on Instagram, but not really seeing a lot of action on that path. But then it does taught me to be a person that doesn't give excuses. Maybe we all grew up with an uncle or two that they will regale you with stories on how this person didn't help them, this person didn't help them, if this person would have done that. So I never wanted that to be me, that, my uncle could have done more, my parents could have done more for me, why didn't this person use this money and put it into my... No, I'm not an entitled person. And so we've been able to channel the messaging of the brand and what we're building out there, and some people resonate with us. Some people, it's not their cup of tea, and you see them in some of the comments of our channel. That's fine. I don't think that I'm in the business of convincing people, and I thank God that people that come to me are people that have a level of education about real estate. They understand the risk involved. They understand the opportunity, and what I do is just lead them or guide them. But for the uninitiated, getting them to be interested in Lagos real estate, and that's not what I do. People that already have some form of knowledge and some form of understanding of real estate, we're able to just help them to make decisions in that regard.
No, that's so beautiful. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you so much for that today.
Well done. Okay, so my question now is, now you had said that Ownahome, you have wherever you want to be, I mean, where the business is, you are. So how did you know that there was a market for Ownahome in the UK, and how did you tap into it?
That's a very good one. So because I was in the digital marketing space at some point, I realized that a lot of people don't work with data. A lot of businesses, they just stumble.
Business owners, data is your friend, honestly.
They just,
you would not get wrong with data.
They don't, nah. they struggle a lot with data, or they have the data, they cannot even
Interpret it.
get insights from it, you know, and they don't even track it. So with our analytics tools that are on the website and also on YouTube, I realized that UK was where I had my second largest audience. And I was like, this is very interesting. People that were watching us, people that were doing business, you know, they are majorly in the UK. You know, right now I think we are reaching more of the American audience, but you know, for a very long time it was UK. I was like, okay, there's something that is there. There's something that is there. A lot of Nigerians are in the UK. You know, before, now it's getting much harder. It was easier to immigrate. UK was the easiest place to immigrate to. I said, okay, what would I do about this insight? So I decided to do a master's in real estate and planning in the UK. And in that time, try to establish or galvanize the UK. It's still a work that is ongoing, the UK community. We did an event in March in the UK. We had turnover of almost 50 people at that event. So it was
That's beautiful. Well done.
Thank you so much. It was very, very great. So yeah, that's actually what informed UK, honestly. Yeah, looking at the business, looking at the people that were watching us, the people our message was resonating to, there is something there. You know, we are looking to spread to North American markets as well, doing the same thing, events in places like the US. We have done in Canada as well. So yes, that's actually what started it off, you know, interest in the UK and also a global, because if you look at real estate, how many people can actually afford real estate? That's just the truth. How many people in Nigeria can afford real estate? So I think there was a report by the central bank that says that like only about 5%, you know, I just hope I'm not exaggerating. I think between 5 or 10% have up to 500K in their accounts. Nigerians.
I agree with you because I did a data recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just a conversation. I was carrying on the research. I was trying to work on a brand, and I did a research about how much an average person earn.
And yeah, it is. You know, I think there was even a new one about 67% of people earn less than
500.
500, yes. You know, and that's then you know the people that actually have savings. So that one was for that actually have 500 at every given time. So when you talk about the 1% of the 1% is for everything real estate. You know, as for so Nigerians, except people that will probably stretch themselves, use years. But if you actually look at it, the core audience of real estate is Nigerians in the diaspora. Obviously, they are HNIs, but then again, we're talking about percentage. You know, the 1% of the 1%. So I realized, okay, the people that are actually buying from me are Nigerians in the diaspora. So you need to focus to them. You need your messaging to be to them. You need to go to them, like literally go put it at the buck has to stop at their plate. Yeah, so that's what we did. And even Dr. Ned recently was doing the Invest in Africa Summit. He went to like 6 cities. You know, he went to Maryland, he went to Toronto, he went to Calgary, he went to Manchester. Yeah, so yeah, that's that kind of has informed how we've kind of been unraveling and taking some steps and doing some things, and you know, just learning more of it. You know, obviously the remittance, diaspora remittances, they are also something. It's a very juicy figure, and you need a percentage of that. We all need a percentage. We all need a percentage of that. You know, that figure is massive. Yeah.
So if anybody watching now wants to invest, maybe in Own a Home or in real estate through Own a Home, what can they do?
I would say reach out, but I also say know what you want. What are you buying? Are you buying for capital appreciation? Are you buying for land banking just to put money that will beat inflation? Are you buying so you can start making money? You know, you want to buy a house, so you want to buy in a place that has high occupancy rates. Are you buying for Airbnbs or short lets? So you need to know the areas. So if you know what you want, then you'll be able to put in money. You know, but I would just say this, that like the era of cheap real estate has ended in Lagos.
What did you call it again?
Cheap real estate.
Oh, okay.
That era is long gone. I don't even think it actually really existed, because a lot of people that bought cheap lands, they will be surprised to know that those lands probably don't exist now.
Wow.
So, but just also have that at the back of your mind. Know what you really want, and be realistic with pricing. Be realistic with what your expectations are for Lagos. A lot of people are not realistic, and then we have a lot of issues going back and forth. There's all this conversation of developers are greedy. It would be a different thing if I was the one meeting you and you were telling me the developers are greedy, this one, that. But if you meet me, at least, have an open mind. Have an open mind to see that, okay, there are also private developers at the end of the stick that don't have any form of government funding. They are dealing with increase in construction costs. They are dealing with a whole lot of things. So yeah, I'll just say, know what you want, be realistic, and reach out to us, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, so you've heard that. Say they want to reach out to you. What's the least amount? Because you also said something about that. Oh, there's no cheap real estate anymore. So what's the least amount that anybody looking to invest in now? Somewhere, somehow, I really feel like a lot of people are now tapping into investing, and they're looking for ways to invest. So what's the least amount that, okay, you want to reach out to us and show you have this amount, or we can work, or is it that we can work with your budget, or this is the base that you can have before we say that you can invest in real estate, or we can invest with Ownahome?
Okay. So when you say invest, I want to clarify something, because sometimes when people use that investment, they're just thinking of who they can give money, and then the person will give them ROI in 1 year. And many real estate developers that did that, they got burned. I'll just put in money into this we're a real estate company, we put it into a project, cash back, buyback, whatever, many stupid names. So I don't promote that. I think people should buy real estate, buy it and have real estate. If you want to be a trader, you can trade, but it's just much too risky here in Nigeria to do that. And I think most times people don't want to do the work, and so they just give a developer, give me 20%, 40% in 1 year. So yeah, just to clarify that, because some people say investment, that's what they're talking about. Who does just give you my money, and I'm going to do that. And I know there was one real estate company that the SEC actually came out and said they are not approved to be able to crowdfund from the public. So that's something that should be noted. But in terms of figures,
so do your background check as well.
Don't even do it. Don't do any cashback stuff. I won't recommend it by a long mile. But if you are going to do it, be aware of the risk involved. But also know that lots of people have gotten burned. Lots of companies were not able to meet up because people want quick cash, and let's just go and raise quick cash from customers to finish their projects. But then the project now costs way more, and then you're borrowing from people at ridiculous. You're borrowing, if you're promising somebody 40%, that's even more than the NPR. That's what and CBN, it's more than the CBN rate.
Yeah.
So why would you want to take money from, because it's cheap money? Or some of those developers, their credit ratings will be so poor that they can't even either go to the capital market or go to a commercial bank to raise. So they will just raise money from individuals at such a ridiculous interest rate. Anyways, in terms of the figure, I wouldn't put a particular figure to it, honestly, because there are many things that come. There's now fractional ownership.
Yes.
There's co-ownership.
Co-ownership, yes.
There are a lot of people can pull money together and do a whole lot together.
Yes.
People are even trying to do rent to rent. So rent to rent, you get a rental and try to put it on an Airbnb. Somebody reached out to me. But the problem with that is that most landlords, they get jealous and they see that, if it's kicking off, it's hitting off, they'll give you a quick notice. I don't want you. So there's a whole lot of things that are. So I wouldn't really say there's a barrier to entry depending on what you're trying to do. So I would hesitate to give a particular figure at this point in time. Yeah.
So if you want to invest based off the context that we've explained, just reach out. Is there a contact?
Yeah. The number, our contact will be at in the description. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. In the description.
All right.
Were you expecting me to call it out?
No, I mean.
Somebody actually did tell me that funny story. She was like, okay, I've been looking for your number. Like,
Oh, call it out. If you can, if you want to call
wait, wait. Why don't you put it on the screen? Like, or say it. But I now thought about it. I was like, okay, I believe that if a person cannot take the pains to go to my description and click on the link, that person is not going to buy from me, because I need a bit of savviness in the people that are going to invest. So we are putting it on the screen. We're going to put it on the
what
screen.
if the person is not savvy, but the person has the money?
If
The
person is
person's
not
bank
savvy,
is savvy.
And then please reach out to me.
Oh my God.
On the screen.
Okay, I mean, that was quite interesting. Now, having to move to the UK, you said, oh, there's still some ongoing work. What has been your major challenge? So now you're going to answer my question in two ways. Your major challenge building Ownahome in the UK, and what do you think that businesses moving in Nigeria, wanting to have a base out of Nigeria, what do you think, what's the word now? I think this is a two-way question. What are the tips you would give them based on the challenge that you're facing right now?
So I wouldn't really say that Ownahome is in the UK right now, because you have to be very, very careful, regulatory, whatnot. Like even our event that we did, it was an event. I would say that I am a sole trader in the UK, and but not registered as an Ownahome brand, and I'm not doing any form of agency work in the UK here, because there's also no form of all of this getting your license, and there's just.
But do you have like help with that? Do you have like people you can talk to?
Yes. So if you wanted to do something in the UK, I have people that are. So we invited one of them, Lamide and Akin. They are very, very good in that space. In our events, we gave room for people that spoke on Dubai and then UK, and then we spoke on Nigeria. So our own goal is we are helping Nigerians in the diaspora invest back. That's always been the goal. And if you want to do something that is in your own country, then we can just recommend, for you to do that. So I wouldn't really say that there is any challenge, because we are still building what we are building, and we still have the core audience that we are speaking to. And so whether it to be in the UK, whether it to be in the US, whether it to be in Europe, whether it to be in Australia, the message remains the same. Africans, Nigerians in the diaspora, we can help you invest back home.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. My next question is, if a business that is existing in Nigeria, Nigeria, my country, and you're moving to the UK, you want to start up a business there, what are just 3 tips that you give such a business owner that, if you want to have a base outside of Nigeria, these are things that I would recommend that you do so that you can get things right, get it right as a business owner?
So I'll say, talk to a lawyer, talk to an accountant, and talk to other business owners. You would be surprised.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's not Nigeria. It's not. For instance, UK specifically, there's how you behave. HMRC will send you they'll send you a letter with a bill which you have to pay. So you need to know. Yeah, you need to know how. So that's your accountant will help you with that. Then your lawyer will help you with all the regulatory whatever that you need to be able to, avoid blind spots. You can't just be acting like you act in Nigeria. You can't do that. Then also speak to successful business owners. There are a lot of successful. I wouldn't say it's as much in the UK, but they are in the UK. But like for instance, in the US, a lot of successful multi-millionaire business owners that are Nigerians, and they're doing really, really well. And they have a whole lot of insights that they'll give to you. So if you're moving to a new place like that, I would think that's the major thing that you need to do. Speak to a lawyer, speak to an accountant, and speak to other successful business owners. Yeah, that would really move the needle in no small way for you.
This is such a great insight. Amazing. Now, we we know a lot of people say, oh, once you've left Nigeria, oh, you have it all rosy. It's great. It's sweet. You're doing business in the UK. That's sweet. Okay, so what is that thing that people romanticize? It could be business, it could be even life generally. That people like, okay, say you now left Nigeria, right? And people in Nigeria now start seeing that, oh, you're living large, you're living the life, but it's not actually true. Yeah.
I mean, now I empathize with both sides. I'm going to explain. So there's one side of people that go to the UK and say, "Oh, don't come here. It's cold. You're having multiple shifts.
I've heard that story.
There's no clear path."
I've heard that
Then
story.
there's the other set of Nigerians that are here that don't have the opportunity, and they will say, "You people should shut up. You guys go there, church. Don't you see your counterparts in the US? They don't talk like you guys. You guys just go to the UK in 1 week. You're bringing out ring lights and saying, I understand the frustration. there's frustration on both parts, because I've been there as well, and I think people romanticize the fact that once you move abroad, things just rosy, and
Your problems are over.
people don't really know that a lot of people that go abroad, they are going there with tens of millions of naira in debt. So you already have you have a minus head start. Instead of having a head start in life, you have a negative head start. So, and you're dealing with that, and then you come from a place in Nigeria where you're paying for rent for a whole year. Your whole year's rent is 1 month in where you're going to. That's another thing. And then finding job. I think let me just say, if you're thinking that you're going to, go to wherever you're going to, especially the UK, and then you work and complete your fees and pay your rent, it's probably not going to happen that way. So there is that. But then I also think that this is valid when people say that you've gone, don't discourage other people from going, because you have to see things for yourself, and not everybody is also struggling. And that's why I love to see successful people. I love to see, we had a church program recently in the UK, and one of our children was saying, oh, she remembers when she made her first 100k pounds. Some people will live 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they would never ever see 100k pounds. So if your circle are just around the circle of people that are just, 30 pounds is expensive, you're not able to know the possibilities of life. And so I think largely there can be a middle ground, But I will say this: don't come to the UK without either a high income skill, digital skill, tech skill, or whatever, or with a sort of plan, in case things doesn't work, as sort of like a soft landing. Because I saw many people being sent out of school, and also ultimately out of the UK, UK specifically. If you're not able to complete your fees on the time and deadline that they give you, first of all, they'll send your details to the Home Office, and they will revoke your visa, because your school is your sponsor. And when they revoke that visa, whatever you've paid, there was a story when somebody told me that it was just £1,000 left for this guy to pay. And they revoked everything. And the funny thing is that when he paid it, they're not going to go and meet the Home Office and tell them,
yes, paid.
So that's the school pathway is done for him. So he had to find out another pathway through, maybe care.
Well, why? I mean, you already paid. Why would they do that?
It is crazy. It is crazy. I think those people, they are taking advantage of the desperation of Nigerians to move, and they are charging you an arm and a leg. A family of 4 that is applying for any visa, all the way through, you're thinking of £15,000 and above. So it is not easy. it is not easy. Whatever form of, whether it's study visa, whether it's even the visa to go there. So if you're a family already, you're thinking of a 15K to 20K.
You're not a family yet.
To be less than that, maybe 3K that you're looking at in visa. But to pay your IHS, you pay for your insurance for each year, and then the visa fee, it adds up a whole lot. And so these are the rosy parts that people don't talk about. You always have to be calculating. People are always working graveyard shifts back to back to back. But I still think that there's a point you reach where, if nothing goes wrong, if they don't kick you out of the country, you start to stabilize, and be also patient with yourself, I would say. Some people, their stabilization is in months. They come and they get a good job in months. Some people, their stabilization is in years.
Yes.
It takes years. Some people never even make it to stability, and they have to leave. They have to find another European country to go to. They have to, so some people are doing a second master's just because they need to stay. So there's a whole lot that is going on. So it's not easy, but then fortune favors the brave. And if you really feel like you have to leave Nigeria, you can do every legal means to leave, but just also realize that that's not the end. Like, it's not a destination. Your journey has just begun.
It's not a destination. Your journey has just begun. Wow, thank you so much. That was such an insightful thought process. Okay. One last question.
Okay.
When you sit down to talk to people like this, what's that? There are two ways to it. What's a question you wish they ask you, right? Or what's that one thing you've always wanted to maybe talk about in terms of maybe business or real estate?
I think you've asked me pretty good questions today, and thank you so much. You've asked me, so I think I don't have any question that I would have wanted to ask about. I mean, if I was saying anything about business, I think everybody should start a business. I know everybody is not cut out for business, but I think eventually, even Nigerians in the diaspora, you should start a business because. I was having a conversation. People say, "Oh, business is too risky. Oh, you can't tell. You can't do this." People have a lot to say about business. Oh, business is not for everybody. You can build wealth to 9 to 5. 100% you can. But the person that is in the 9 to 5 that thinks that it's safe and secure, it was a human being that decided to take that risk to become a business owner that is feeding you right now. True. So at the end of the day, you just have to decide where you want to play. Do you just want to be a feather duster? Do you want to just be a cock on the wall, or what do you want to be? But then again, I would say, if you have something that is stable, don't leave it. But you can still try to do something on the side. Try to build a business. Try to solve a problem. Try to build something generational. Your job is not generational. You can invest and it can be generational, but your job is also not generational. Something that after you're even out of this world, people say, okay, this person did this, and it's impacting lives after you're gone. So yeah, that's my philosophy on business. But I also appreciate that it's not for everybody, and if it's not for you,
find what works for you.
100%.
Oh, thank you so much. This was such an amazing
So
conversation.
much,
I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did enjoy myself.
And thank you for putting me on the spot.
I'm sad it's ending. Thank you so much for coming. And if I could say a few words, we worked for a very short stint, and I think that for Nigerians, specifically speaking to politicians, people in power, and other Nigerians, and we need to know that human beings, human resource, they are our greatest resource. I believe that there's so much value in every individual, and if we can draw out the knowledge, the learning, the wealth of like there's a whole lot that each individual has to offer, and I'm always open to conversations like this, stimulating conversations, finding out where people are in life, and finding out the thought process. And like I said earlier, I'm not too one dimensional. I'm not transactional, 100% transactional in my conversations, and because you still have to get the bills paid. But it's so refreshing to see that they are, basically,
Don't
I
hold
don't want
back.
to
Don't hold back.
leave a trail. Yeah, I don't want to leave a trail of, toxicity, because I've been in 9 to 5 before, and now that I see, particularly HR, I felt like she was too harsh, but now, like, I understand because some people may not really take your business as serious as you would
You will
take it.
take it,
So it's the
yeah.
job of the HR to try to enforce that discipline. But like one thing I just told myself is that, like, I would never ever have a workspace, or that would be toxic, that you belittle people, and that you would make people not feel like they are trying, make people feel like, oh, you're the worst. So, and it's a learning process. It's a learning process, and as we scale the team and as we do what we're doing, she is a testament. Not to brag, but I think we are doing quite a decent job. What did you say? What did you say?
I think you're doing a great job,
Thank
because
you
I
so
mean,
much.
if I didn't feel like, if I didn't feel comfortable, if I didn't feel, I was saying something that sometimes you don't remember what people do exactly, but you never forget how they make you feel.
Yeah, that was my
So,
Angela, I believe.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though we worked for a short period of time, looking back, it felt good. It felt good. It felt good. So, I give that to the work culture that you're building
Thank
at
you.
Ownahome.
Thank
Own a home.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
And if you're a client, prospective, or current, I don't know what better testimonial. Come work with us. Come, let's help you get your next property, and you feel good. You feel good about it. Yeah, we'll treat you like the king or queen that you are. And speaking of queen, I need to speak to the ladies. They are not very much. The percentage is mind-blowingly little. But you people also, you are stakeholders in this industry, and please invest in real estate as well. And it will make you feel good. It will make your experience as seamless as possible. That is even our vision statement. Owning your home should not make you lose sleep. So you don't have to be up all night. It's a bad property. It's a bad. You could come to us, we recommend, and you can go to sleep. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. So, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Own a home will literally take the weight, the worry off your chest, and you can sleep peacefully and soundly. This was such an interesting conversation.
Thank you so much.
And you put me on the spot.
How did I put you on the spot?
I mean, we didn't plan to do
Yes.
this.
So this is an off-episode podcast. We just decided to get the cameras rolling and see what we could come up with. So thankfully, she agreed to do this. So thank you so much, Ola, today.
Thanks for having me.
agreeing to do this. And I hope you had
An
fun
amazing time.
watching,
Yeah.
and you got a lot of value as well.
Yes.
So kindly like, share,
Subscribe.
leave a comment.
And let's know how this has impacted you. And of course, please invest
Do
in
invest.
Own a Home.
Yep.
Solid 100%.
See you at the very next episode. Bye. And we will go back to regular programming after this. Say amen.
Amen. You stabbed your people.